I didn't plant the question. It's called There Are Poems. There are poems that are never written, that simply move across the mind like skywriting on a still day. Slowly, the first word drifts west, the last letters dissolve on the tongue, and what is left is the pure blue of insight, without cloud or comfort. There are lots of those.
I would say yes. I can't.
If I give you my email address, can you just send me a few?
People must have questions.
Any other questions?
There.
I have a question for Raphael. I wanted to know, is there at one point in your life when you were deciding whether you wanted to be a poet or a doctor, or wanting to just choose one profession,
Yes,
or you felt like you could do both?
Well, I guess I always imagined that I might be able to do both. I think that the two are so inextricably interrelated that I sometimes believe now that I couldn't do one without the other. And so, but I guess there were times earlier on in thinking about what I might do someday that I worried about that. I didn't know that it was possible, particularly after some of my pre-medical training, where we tend to divide, I think, so much of the human from the work of medicine these days. I was very troubled by that. I thought maybe it wouldn't be possible to somehow join the two. On the other hand, I was raised in a tradition where healing is thought of in very broad terms. I think in some ways we might think of it almost old-fashioned in our culture. Many Latino traditions of healing very much rely on language, performative language, certainly prayer, the spiritual, all of those kinds of elements of the work of healing are really very much present still in sort of my cultural upbringing. And so it was troubling to be in a profession, or to aspire to a profession that seemed to make those kinds of distinctions. I'd be curious to hear what Linda thinks about that.
I was thinking, and he probably wanted to be able to pay the rent, so that decision might not have been so difficult.
That too. But I think that, when I think of some of the poems Linda read that really do express a notion of healing that was more true, I think, of her father's generation, that sadly I think we've moved away from in modern biomedicine, the hospital where I go to work every day. And that's, I think, very, very sad for us as a culture that a lot of people have to choose between, sort of like that mind-body duality that we see so loudly expressed in our culture today. And I don't think it needs to be that way. And certainly the way patients, I think, or people come to the experience of illness is not in these sort of divided ways. They come as whole, integrated beings, and so we need to be able to respond to that, I think, wholly and fully in medicine. So.
Yes, I guess this would be for both of you. Besides